Hey everybody, what's up? Happy day or happy Monday or whatever. Well, happy day to you. I didn't want to emphasize Monday because Monday's tough for some people. So all week at noon, I'll see if I can do Friday. It might be a schedule conflict, but all week I am going live at noon, basically providing some value for my birthday week. So, I always like helping people. So, I'm gonna cover different topics, but we're just gonna kind of really go into it here and share some value and kind of celebrate life. But also, this material is to improve your life, especially if you're looking for a better lifestyle, improvement, a better version of yourself. So, it's always, always, always important to be open to something you have attracted, right? And always important to be open to what spirit is trying to give you, or infinite intelligence, or whatever religious background you come from, or whatever you believe, right? Because you're here for a reason, and I'm here for a reason, and I'm gonna have a great week celebrating. Today is day 21 of 30 going live, and today's topic is setting the right type of goals. So notice the right type of goals. And everyone's at different levels of goal setting, and we're going to share a few topics here. So let me present. And of course, if anything speaks to you, just drop a comment. Let me know. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My inbox is open for you. That's the key of it, is progressing through life and doing something meaningful and worthwhile, right? So, and also expressing yourself and expanding what the essence of who we are. So, as I get this ready, goals, like what are they for? Like, why do we have goals? My goal right now is to make sure I have this set up correctly. But goals are not just for us to get things, right? Goals are meant for us to grow as people. And I didn't know that at the time, throughout my life, pursuing goals, the importance of it, right? So, setting the right type of goals. Congratulate yourself for attracting this. That means you're at a same vibration or a higher vibration, or maybe even a little lower vibration of, what I'm sharing here, or me, or this material. Just congratulate yourself for, starting your week off strong, right? Starting your week off with purpose and direction. And hopefully this gives you some type of direction. Let me hide this a little bit so you can see a little better. There you go. So for those on Facebook that don't know, you can follow me on Instagram at Believe in the Unseen. Shout out to all my followers here on Instagram. Much love to everybody. And, for a lot of the new people that I'm seeing reaching out and, just speaking about how this impacts you. So my apologies for some people. I'm getting back to a couple messages from the weekend. So, and of course, I have a private Facebook group that I went live earlier today, covering the destiny in the balance, which is very, very um, beautiful information. So, congratulate yourself for attracting this. Okay. So, a lot of times we don't show ourselves some self love, and you really need to. Trust me. You really need to say, hey, I sat through the whole thing. I took notes. I took action towards something greater, right? So, gratitude is golden. I start pretty much every morning in a full state of gratitude, writing down at least 10 things I'm grateful for. The reason why is gratitude shifts your focus and energy. So it shifts your focus from the negative or lack mindset, and it shifts your vibrational state, even at a molecular level. So I am grateful to celebrate another year of life. And why not do it helping some other people? Why not do it sharing something that I'm passionate about, which is personal development, but also understanding more of our being. Like, why are we here? How do we create our future? How do we improve ourselves, right? So, gratitude is the opposite of negative focus. There's tons of things to be negative about, tons of things. You're reminded all the time. right? Gratitude is the opposite of that. So giving time to be grateful helps you receive more to be grateful for. So just spending time, you know what you can do? Here's a little trick that I share is just finding moments to be grateful throughout the day. You know, just seeing little things that, you know, you're grateful for. And you can ask yourself right now, what am I grateful for? What am I truly grateful for? And as you get into that frequency and you have that gratitude, you're actually at a higher vibration, and you're the outside is a reflection of the inside. So it's giving you more to be grateful for. Now, as you're consistently not grateful, of course, you know, negative things start happening, right? So have a gratitude journal. I mentioned this before. You know, my personal morning ritual is writing down 10 things I'm grateful for. And I'm also kind of taking a step further is finding things throughout the day to be grateful for. Exactly. As within, so without. So, you know, I find things grateful throughout the day, not only writing them down in the morning, but I have to kind of revisit that frequency. So throughout the day, I'll find something I'm grateful for, whether it's something I read, something that impacted me, something that really spoke to me, or something, you know, a person, you know, or a material, like whatever came in your life that you're grateful for, you know, utilize that. And you can even reread what you wrote in the morning. That's another way to shift it. So a good way to start yours is the sentence is, I'm truly grateful for, or with all my heart, fill in the blank. I'm truly blessed to have blank, or I'm so happy and grateful for you. I am grateful to be here this week. I'm grateful I have a voice to share. I'm grateful that I'm doing something not many people do in my circle, right? I'm going a different path, right? So I'm grateful I listen to my intuition. I'm grateful to be more aware. So as a bonus, you can pause throughout the day, like I mentioned, to be grateful for something or multiple things. So what is your goal? I'm gonna ask right here, what is your goal? Feel free to put that in the comments. Like, what is your goal? Like, what's your goal for this before the end of the year? What was your goal at the beginning of 2024? Right? You can ask yourself these things. What is your goal? What's your goal for 2025? What's your goal for the end of this year? What was your goal at the beginning of this year that you didn't accomplish? And I know why you didn't, right? So this is very, very important to understand. I changed the view here so you can kind of see me a little better. Yeah, let's do that so y'all can see me. So a few questions to ask yourself when determining your goal, okay? These are a few questions to kind of tap in just a little bit to get an understanding. Let me make sure the audio is still good. All right, so we're still good. All right, so is my goal making me energized and excited? Mine is. Mine is. You know, I didn't know the importance of this at the time, but it's very important that you choose a goal that makes you energized and excited. Mm. So, do my goals belong to me or someone else? You know, when your goals belong to someone else, there's really no true desire in it. You're not even living your own life. When you're doing something for someone else, someone has a goal for you, but it has to be for you, right? It has to belong to you. That makes it personal. Have I written down my goals? I think it's quoted that majority of people don't write their goals down. They may write it down in a notebook and put that notebook and never see it again, you know, the rest of the year, right? So it's important to write your goals down for one, but also revisit them daily if you can. I would recommend daily, to be honest. Let me make sure I'm using the right microphone because sometimes audio. Yep. Oh, so we're not. So let's switch that. We're using the camera audio. Let's switch that to the fancy microphone here. All right, so we still have audio. Good. So that should be a little better for everyone to hear. All right. So, and there's no background noise. All right. Let me 1 1 2 2. Okay, we're good. So, like I was saying, have you written down your goals? What do I really, really want more than anything? This is when you get vulnerable and ask yourself, what do I desire? So there are three main types of goals. There's A-type goals. These are goals you already know how to do. So basically, you already know how to open Facebook app or Instagram app, and you just tap the phone and it opens, right? Now there's tons of features being released all the time on these apps. There may be some features you don't know how to do, right? So that wouldn't be an A-type goal. Another A-type goal is something basically you already know how to do it. Like you know how to tie your shoe. You know how to make a certain recipe. You've been doing it once a year, every Thanksgiving, right? So you get the idea. B-type goals are goals that you think you can do. Now, this is based on your conscious understanding of yourself. I think I can do that, right? I think I can. If all these things line up, let's say you're in a specific industry. If I get my certification and then I get my clearance and then I can get that whatever position. So notice all these things line up. I think I can do that. So it's based on your conscious intellectual understanding, right? So all that is possible up here at the top, up here, never receives serious consideration beyond what you think you can do. Why is that? Why do we not even consider certain things beyond our current state? Why do we stay where we think we can do something? It's because of paradigms. All right. So paradigms. What is a paradigm? A paradigm is a multitude of habits. A habit is an idea that is fixed in a person's subconscious mind that causes them to do something without any conscious thought. A paradigm is what causes our habitual behavior. Now, not only the physical actions that you take that are habitual that you don't know that you're doing, it's also thinking processes as well. Certain ways that you think are mentally conditioned for you to think or even not even go to what's above a B-type goal or even consider something outside of what you can think. It's because of the paradigm. It's a mental program that stops you from thinking beyond, right? Because you're so used to utilizing your senses and staying on this physical plane, right? So a paradigm basically, for instance, I said without any conscious thought. So I was cycling yesterday, right? I remember getting click shoes for the first time, and it was really new for me because I never had them in my life. So, for example, that was a B type goal because I saw other riders with them all the time. I just never bought them, and I was like, I think I can do that. All you do is click your foot in there, whatever, whatever. So that was a B type goal. It wasn't A type because I didn't already know how to do that, right? So when I'm cycling, I've been riding a bike pretty much my whole life. So it's a paradigm. My body physically does it without me being aware. I naturally have the balance. I naturally know how to shift gears. I become one with the bike. I become one with the movement. So it's beyond. It's so embedded in my subconscious, right? So hopefully that helps explain an example. So at times we do things we do not want to do, and we continuously get results we do not want, but we do it anyway. This is because of the paradigm in the subconscious mind that controls our actions or behaviors. So we're consistently doing things we don't want to do, and we do it anyway, and you get the same results. But that creates the frustration, right? And hopefully this is bringing some type of understanding of what this is, right? Some clarity, because in life we need some clarity. But you get the idea, right? So common paradigms: I'm not good enough. That's a really big one. I was challenged with that paradigm, and sometimes I still am, but you can always reverse it. The law of polarity. There's an opposite to everything. I am good enough, and I always was good enough. I'm more than enough. I can't afford it. See, that's based on limited understanding. When you say I can't afford it, you're basing it off your current circumstances, events of so-called reality. Look around you. Everything you wanted, right? You can find something that you wanted, but you couldn't afford it, but you still got it. So when you make a decision for that thing, that's when the money will show up. It's already there. You just have to make the decision first. So I can't afford it lets you off the hook. That's your paradigm talking. It basically it tries to convince oneself that it's an excuse. It goes really deep when you think about it. Especially you have the money in your account, or you can sell this one thing, or you can stop spending money on coffee every day, or going out to eat, or going on trips that aren't really needed, or buying a bunch of holiday gifts that aren't, and decide to go for that one thing, right? So I might succeed. Might is a key word there. That is basically doubt. Doubt is based on a lack mindset, a negative polarity, right? These are common paradigms. It's not my fault. You know how many times people say that? That's crazy, right? My best days are behind me. I don't have the time. That's a big one. Paradigms try to make yourself not basically make you comfortable and not want you to move out of that comfort zone towards something you normally don't do, towards a higher version of yourself. So you stating I don't have time is you're trying to validate the paradigm. Everyone has the same time in a day. I had system things I had to do up until this point, and I will for the rest of my life. So stating that you don't have the time, you can't manage time, you manage activities. So what do you do with your time throughout the day? A lot of people, a lot of people have traditional jobs where they have to do 8 to 9 hours. Then you have commuting, and then you have to get food and whatever for the kids or whatever if you have a family. And then you may watch some TV or whatever, read a book, and go to sleep and do it all over again. Now, notice every day you have a certain amount of hours. So what are you doing with this hour? What are you doing with that hour? Like, really look at your day. The paradigm would try to say that very easily because you want to let yourself off the hook and validate why you're stuck where you are without the results that you want. So make a definite decision. I mentioned this before. You want to make a decision before anything. When I don't have the time or I don't have the money, you're making a decision even before you're making a decision there. You're deciding not to choose that one thing because you're trying to come up with an excuse to make you feel like you can't have that thing. So you're deciding without making, you see what I'm saying? So you're making a decision without even announcing it. Your words you already made a decision in your head. So make a definite decision, right? I can't afford that. I will choose that. I want better for myself. I will do that. So ask yourself, what do I really want? This is where it starts. This is where growth starts. This is where change happens. This is where results get better. This is the driving force of all life. Ask yourself, what do I want? So A-type goals is goals you already know how to do. B-type goals are goals that you think you can do. And what's up here? C-type goals. Do you really want to do? Do what you really want to do. So do what you really want. What do you really want? That's why you got to get really clear on what you desire right now. So you don't have to know how. This is a major issue. A lot of people want to know, how in the world can I do that? How can I make $1 million in a month? How can I get that car before the end of the year? How can I buy that house before the end of the year? How can I get that new job? Right? Or whatever your desire is. It doesn't change anything. It's what you desire. So you must know that you will go after what you really want. You don't have to know how. Leave the how out of it. That's your rational mind. That's your intellectual mind trying to, how can I do this? I need to put all these pieces together. Let that go. Let the universe deal with that. Just focus on what you really want and what direction you're going in, what you're doing, right? So you need to stretch your mind beyond A type, beyond B type. Go to C type goal. What do you want more than anything in this life you never had? Right? What do you really want? You have to really think about this. Stretch your mind, use your imagination. Your imagination is one of the mental faculties. I wish I can find the quote here, but we become a society that honors the servant but forgotten the gift. The gift is the imagination. The servant is the rational mind. It'll serve you, good, good or bad. You keep thinking negative things. You limit your thinking. You have limiting beliefs. You think you can't do something. It'll serve you. But we've forgotten the imagination, the sacred gift that created all great things on this planet. The imagination. So go there. You really have to go there. And how do I stretch my mind? Have fun. Use your imagination. Like I said, really listen to your heart of hearts. You can even just write down all kinds of stuff that you really want. And then you can really narrow it down and what speaks to you the most. So control the flow of your thought energy. Allow yourself to be free. Don't allow limiting beliefs, worrying about how or when or what type of resources you need or type of people you need to meet or different things you have to do to achieve that thing. It's just, do you want it? So you control the thought of your own thought energy, not someone outside of you. You control what happens up here. Very, very powerful. So let it flow freely to and through you. There's always energy flowing to and through us. That's what thoughts are. Thoughts are energy. There's consciousness all over the place. What do we do with it every day? And that's why I really want to do this all week, noon every day. You'll find me here. I'm streaming on the new YouTube channel as well. Believe in the Unseen. So thoughts are frequencies, and this is your results down here, right? This is the frequency. All these lines are different frequencies, and there's millions upon millions. I believe it's infinite, right? So frequency, these are your results in your life, the time you have, the money you have, the house you have, all these material things, all these things outside of you. This is your current state. Now, to get to here, whatever that goal is, you have to make a committed decision. I'm going after that goal no matter what. I am striving towards that goal every day, no matter what. Non-negotiable. And you have to kind of do that daily, especially, if your paradigm is really strong. And, my paradigm, my goodness, I made a lot of really great progress on my paradigm, and I look forward to more growth. I know it's happening. So look at yourself, right? And to make a committed decision, you ask yourself 2 questions. Am I able to do that? We are one of Spirit's highest forms of creation. We can create whatever we want, whatever we desire. We've been given these tools, but not a lot of, we weren't taught this in schools. We weren't taught this. You know, we're given so many different things. The imagination, schools kind of help with imagination, even cartoons and stuff like that, and comics and books and stuff. But really exercising this muscle, mental muscle, be given perception, will, the power of the will to hold the screen of a picture, to hold a picture on the screen of your mind with the power of the will. Deep stuff, right? So these are things that can be developed and that we have. And all the creatures, all the animals in the world, they're very comfortable in their environment. They rely on instinct. Look at lions, how they're just perfect in their environment. Elephants, frogs, duck. I was looking at the geese and stuff. You get the idea. But what separates us from them, we create our own environment with these faculties. We create it. Okay. So here's a little bit of homework. Find a quiet place without distractions today and relax. Take 3 deep breaths. It's good to relax that way. And you go into your imaginary mind and you let go of all reasons of how or why and start writing down things that you want in your life. Okay. It's very good to just sit down and do that. And this helps give you direction on where you're going. You write down as many as you can. It doesn't matter. The goal is to be totally free and enjoy this process. Have fun. It's interesting. Not a lot of us do this. We'll think briefly about things that we want, but this is really letting out what's in your mind onto paper and enjoying this process. This is basically creating your destination of your life, like a GPS system. So the quantity doesn't matter. Don't worry about writing 1,000 things that you want. That's not what the focus is here. It's what matters to you the most. So spend about 15, 30 minutes doing this. And when you're done, reread them. Okay. So as you're rereading them, categorize them as A type, B type, or C type. So now you're getting order based on those goals. Is this something I already know how to do, an A type? Is this a B type goal, something I think I can do? Or is it C type, a goal I have no idea how I'm going to do it? I don't know when I can do it, but I really want to do it. And it excites me and it scares me. So it excites you, because you never done it before. It scares you. Actually, that's the emotional mind, because you never been there before. So after you categorize them, now you order them. Focus on your C-type goals, right? Pick 1 or 2 of these goals. I recommend 1. Pick 1 C-type goal, especially if you want it before the end of this year. And write about these wants existing. This is a bonus here. Write about these wants existing in your life in the present tense. See yourself in possession of whatever it is you want. Basically, see it as the wish fulfilled. So that's a bonus. You can kind of write it in story form or just 1 sentence or 2, or you can even record it like an audio, just kind of saying it like a story. I wake up and I look at my nice new supercar parked in the garage, and it's always covered and I can smell the tires, and I wax it, and I know when I'm driving it on weekends, I get a lot of looks, and the car's so fast, and I just love sitting in it. And sometimes I don't even drive it. I just sit in it, and I take my daughter on little trips here and there. I take her to get ice cream in it, and she just looks at me so happily, just being in that type of car and just being happy that I'm happy, and I drive around with my wife, and she's just like, you know what? You really accomplished this. And then I go on these long road trips with it, stuff like that, right? You can write a story about it existing in your life in the present tense. See, now you're really utilizing your imagination, and then you start getting clear on the picture. So, lastly, I'll hold you accountable for those that made it to the end here. Write in either my private Facebook group if you want to access, message me, or just put it in the comments. Or I'm here in my personal profile. You just write your comment in the comment of this post, how it felt, you doing this exercise, and your experience going there in your mind, and with your imagination. Just write about the experience and how it felt. And Instagram will hold you accountable as well, especially you watch this whole stream, put in a comment of how your experience, getting focused on where you're going and what you really want. This is going to be fun. Have fun doing this process because it gives you order of the mind and also clarity on where you're going. And you also get emotionally involved with the goal. So there's a lot of powerful things happening here. But you know what's going to happen? You're going to just watch this. Some people, I have a feeling a couple people will actually do this. I have a strong feeling. And it's not for me, it's for you. You love yourself, right? If you love yourself, you're going to do it. If you love yourself, you're going to do it. So what happens, the paradigm, we talked about paradigms, is going to try and hold you back. I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that later tonight. Do it now. Do it now. You'll thank yourself later. You thank me later too. But do it now for yourself. Because the paradigm will try to, it's sneaky. It'll try to convince you that this is just, whatever. It sounds good. I'll do it next week when I have time. And then what happens? You'll be looking at social media for an hour or watching your favorite show on streaming or playing video games. And you didn't do anything for yourself that gives you value. It was temporary satisfaction. See, the paradigm, trust me, I dealt with the paradigm for so long, and I'm still working through some goals that I'm achieving right now. So do this for you. And you can do it for me too. It'll make me happy knowing that somebody that watched this start their week off good by having direction. Much love, everybody. I'm out of here. Let me stop sharing this. Here we go. And hopefully you receive some value from this particular video. And this is the first video of the week. So I will be going live. This is longer than I thought. At noon every day. And I'll share that fancy post or whatever in a private Facebook group. The only thing about the private Facebook group, you'll see the replays. Okay, so I'll be posting this replay there as well. But I'll give you the link. Well, you can just look up my name and you'll see it on Facebook if you want to join me live. I would love to have some more people join me live. And thank you for those that joined live today. I see a few of you. And, do the exercise today. And remember to comment whatever your biggest takeaway was. Blessings, everybody. To an awesome week, to an awesome life. Let's do it.